Hey guys, Taki here. Today I want to go over my Amazon Ice Strike League starter that I've been playing for like 2 days now. Make a little update for you guys and yeah, show you how it's going and some of the changes I made. The main one being I'm using Shattering Palm for clear right now, and it's amazing. It's really crazy for Abyss, and yeah, I was using Stormwave before that. Because Stormwave you can attack from range a little bit, and Abyss do a lot of damage. So it's nice to be able to attack from range and from a safe distance. So Abyss, Stormwave is pretty good for that. But once you get a little bit tankier and you don't mind going into melee range, Shattering Palm is crazy. It's absolutely crazy clear. I think it's mostly because of Ancestral Call. And this now being on a 3-second cooldown, makes it feel really good, because I was trying it a little bit pre-patch or in the last patch, but there's some differences now, because back then it didn't scale with your quarterstaff. It just had flat damage, and I wasn't really investing into extra levels, so that was it was just not doing a lot of damage, and you only had the ancestral boost every 6 seconds. Now you get it every 3 seconds, and you don't need to have just full investment into levels. You can just have regular quarterstaff scaling, and I guess it works with Hollow Palm as well. But being an Amazon, I'm not running that. So yeah, Shattering Palm with Ancestral Call. I'm running Magnified Area for more AoE, Elemental Armament for more damage, and Freeze to make sure it freezes and triggers Herald of Ice. And as you can see, I'm just on a 4-link and a 5-link right now, although I do have a 6-link for my Ice Strike. Basically, you attack with Shattering Palm. Ancestral Call kind of makes 2 copies of you that does 1 strike of their own. And they can reach way further. So you're basically applying this debuff from Shattering Palm to the whole screen. And then you pop them with Ice Strike and the screen just explodes. And it's so crazy for Abyss, especially when you're doing like the Abyss maps, the ones with the like the green icon like this. I basically can't do them because I crash and lose the map. So yeah, but you won't crash most of the time playing this. Hopefully GGG can fix it a little bit. But yeah, you won't crash in regular maps. It's just when there's a ton of monsters on the screen, I guess. But yeah, I don't really crash when I'm playing regular maps. It just has a really good clear. So yeah, I'm just gonna go over the character a bit. I can start with the passive skill tree and the Ascendancy. I'm running an Amazon for critical strike and penetrate, and then I have a bunch of accuracy on my weapon. I need to fix, so I have 2 accuracy runes right now, but I just had 1. My gear is just kind of cobbled together. I haven't really invested into this character yet. But I do have some decent amount of currency, so I will be investing and trying to take this into the later end game. Although I'm already in like tier 15s and stuff like that, but I haven't really tried bosses and stuff like that yet. But yeah, so critical strike and penetrate, and right now I have predatory instinct. I only have these 3 from lab. I will be doing the 4th lab pretty soon and get Mystic Harvest. And then I'll probably invest into more energy shield gear and get essential Sanguis gloves, so I can leech energy shield and just have a lot more HP and be a lot more tanky. That's kind of the next step. But yeah, I wanted to go over the character right now as it is at level 86 and just talk about early mapping and a little bit of leveling. So yeah, the tree is looking like this. I can put some leveling trees in the POB as well, but POB right now hasn't updated, I think, like the new support gems and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe POB isn't ideal right now, but hopefully they will update it soon. Taking Walker of the Wilds and Resonance as the keystones. Walker of the Wilds let you leech mana based on your elemental damage. And then Resonance is what gives us power charges with Combat Frenzy. And yeah, this is the tree. You have some freeze build up here, which also helps. jewels, some building combo points. These are new ones from this patch. When I respec the tree, I'll probably, when I invest more heavily into energy shield, I will go into the monk starting area, probably instead of going here, to get some of these nodes and movement speed and stuff like that. But right now, for life base, we're looking like this. And yeah, not too much to say. I have one of these time lost jewels to get rage on melee hit from these 3. I found this one. They can drop from Abyss apparently, and this one is really good. But the only importance that is gain 1 rage on melee hit, basically. If you can't afford one of those, you can just get regular rubies with 1 rage on melee hit and use 3 of them. These other jewels I have right now are just random as well. Like I said, I haven't really invested into this character much yet. The gems are looking like this. Ice Strike with armament, close combat, crescendo, concentrated area, and ice bite. It's nice to have like permanent uptime on ice bite for your Shattering Palm. Tempest Bell, I have Ambrosia, since we leech so much anyways. I rarely ever press my life flask, so I figured Ambrosia here seems like a good choice. I'm guessing it applies to all the subsequent hits, like the shockwaves. Though it's really hard to test, but I'm guessing that's how it works. Overabundance, so I can have 2 of them, and the close combat for more damage. On a 5 link, I guess heavy swing I would put, probably. For my Herald of Ice, I have elemental armament, cold attunement, and a concentrated area. Maybe I want to invest in like more AoE instead, like magnified effect and like long shot maybe. Not sure what damage supports I can use more. And then yeah, the Shattering Palm, I'm running Ancestral Call, magnified area, armament, and freeze. Yeah, just making sure you freeze with the for the Herald. For my last link there, I would probably put some just more damage. I guess you could go for more area as well, but I don't think you really need it. So maybe close combat or something like that, or yeah. Stormwave, like I said, I don't use Stormwave anymore, but it is really good in campaign and early mapping when you need to attack from a safe distance. Upheaval, you get the first version of this gem pretty early on, so you can use it for most of the campaign. Then Elemental Armament, Innervate, and you could use like, if you do get a 5th link, Mobility is kind of nice, but 5 links are a bit more expensive now. I think they've gone up in price, and yeah, you probably will get to a point where you can use Shattering Palm for clear before you start using 5 links maybe, so but yeah, I was using this into like maybe all the way into red maps. I switched pretty recently into Shattering Palm when I realized how good it is. And then Shard Staff, Cold Exposure, and the Cold Attunement. So Cold Exposure, yeah, this gives you exposure when you crit with cold damage. So you have cold damage for the most of the time because of Ice Bite, but I decided to put Cold Attunement here just to make sure it always has cold damage. And then Prolonged Duration and Culling Strike. Nice to not have to press it as often, so duration is pretty good. Culling Strike, it's something. You don't really notice it much, but on bosses, in late game bosses, I guess you will. Combat Frenzy with Charge Profusion, Precision, and Cannibalism. So I have 15 extra. I have 115 Spirit because of my amulet. If you don't have that, you just remove Cannibalism, but it's nice to have some recovery with Cannibalism. But it's fine to run without as well. I did that for a long time. Hand of Sheola to apply Sniper's Mark, Charge Profusion, and Rapid Attacks 3. So I was going to put a curse here as well, as a 5 link, I guess, but curses require a lot of int, and they don't apply if you use a low level version to like, so it will be kept at like monster level 70 or something if you have a low level version or like a mid. So I'm not sure what I'll end up using there. I think using Hand of Sheola with Rapid Attacks is faster than casting it. I'm not sure. But yeah, eventually I guess you do want to put a curse in here as well, and then using the hand will be worth it. But this is only to get a power charge on bosses, pretty much, so you can get your charge staff up. Lastly, I have Wind Dancer with Blind and Maim, and then I have Rage here as well. Although when you have the time lost with Rage, you have basically full Rage all the time. But yeah, and lastly the gear. Yeah, just a staff with as much accuracy as possible. Before that you will be using Hollow Palm technique, but when you get a good staff you can... So you can take Predatory Instinct first, because it's really good in campaign. You're using Hollow Palm technique, and then when you get a good staff you respec these points and take these two instead. So yeah, that's the staff. You just want accuracy, and then whatever else you can have that's good. So flat damage is good, obviously, and then it's like elemental damage with attacks, crit damage bonus, attack speed, level to all melee skills. This is just something I bought for 1 Exalt on day 1. Although it is, I think this is decent. It's probably a bit more expensive now, one like this. But I will be looking to improve this as well pretty soon. The base doesn't really matter that much. Having the block chance is kind of nice. Maybe using the lightning damage version, and then you could run Herald of Thunder, maybe something like that, to shock reliably, and yeah, that could be something to look into. But right now I'm running this, so yeah. Rest of the gear is basically just life and evasion and capping your resistances. And if you get a little bit of extra spirit, like I said, that's nice. But for this current gear, again, if you can get some damage as well, it helps. But basically life, evasion, and resists is all my current gear. You do want mana leech somewhere, so either on gloves or one of the rings. When you switch to the late game version with Mystic Harvest, you do also want life leech somewhere, so I guess on the other ring, or preferably not on the gloves. Well, if you're going to the energy shield version, you're gonna be using the unique gloves, Essential Sanguis, so then you will be getting it on the weapon or the rings, both of the leeches. But yeah, you want a mana flask with extra charges if you're using Ambrosia on the Tempest Bell. And then for the life flask, you just want anything that gives you instant recovery. And yeah, I think that's all for now. Like I said, I will be making a more endgame focused version later, but hopefully this should help you in early mapping and leveling. Like I said, for leveling, things hurt, so use Stormwave and play from a safe distance is a good bet most of the time. And using Hollow Palm technique makes it so you don't have to upgrade your quarterstaff all the time, and it is better than most quarterstaffs you're gonna find. So those are my 2 leveling tips basically, and Shattering Palm is really good for clear, and it will crash the game sometimes, but most of the time it won't. So that's all I got to say for today. I'll make another update video pretty soon, and you can subscribe to the channel if you want to see that, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.